What is good, casual family? Welcome to the relaunch of the Casual Wrestling Podcast, where every Friday we get together to hang out and talk pro wrestling stuff. Let me say this loud and clear. If you've ever felt like you have nobody to talk wrestling with, if you've ever been clowned for being a wrestling fan, if your friends just don't get it, you found your new home. You are not alone. You are part of the CWC now, a community built for fans who just want to laugh, talk wrestling, and feel seen. No gatekeeping, no IWC, no censorship. You're allowed to joke. You're allowed to rant. You're allowed to love wrestling. I am one of your hosts, the notorious DirtyD, joined tonight by the queen of casual herself, Level Up Lauren. You gotta let me finish.
I'm sorry, I got excited. It's been so long.
It has. I put you on the bench here because we're reformatting things. And then, why is it though? I think you turn down all the lights when you get in there. You just want to be dark. I went and turned and adjusted everything up.
It's the angle
to brightness, but you can move that light in front of you.
It's hot as fuck.
It's not hot. It is an LED light.
Oh my God, burning.
You need to get a fan or something.
Okay.
The goal here is simple, guys. We are here to talk wrestling and have fun. Hopefully somewhere along the path, we go off the rails. Who knows where we end up? This show has no true destination, and we want you to be a part of the chaos. In the comments, in the Discord, wherever you're hanging out, we are all CWC. We need to grow the movement. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell your wrestling friends. Even if you only have one friend, make sure to tell that one friend about the podcast. Tonight's show is brought to you by the Casual Wrestling Merch Store, but we'll talk about that more later. Let's get this schedule moving forward here with a schedule update.
Okay.
So I know a lot of people might have been confused. Today, I posted an episode of CWCD, and it was 5 minutes long, and that was a test. I let the Discord know what I was doing, but I don't know if everybody on YouTube necessarily knew what the plan was.
Okay.
Here's the issue that I've run into, okay? We do these shows, and on one end, we do shows like I want this one to be, where there's not a lot of structure, where we can get off topic, we can talk about other things, and those shows feel like they come from the heart, and I feel like those shows connect more with our core community, okay? Yeah. But I switched over a couple weeks ago to doing a daily, you've been a part of it, a daily 15-minute episode that has done extremely well analytically. Mm-hmm. So I've seen the analytics go through the roof. And so there's this push and pull relationship where when you kind of take the heart out of what we do, the mass majority of YouTube accept it more because you're straightforward with the information. When you put the heart back into what we do, a lot of the internet doesn't understand what a real podcast or like a show with personality actually is. So the way I've kind of cleared this up is that we're going to have a new schedule starting next week, and it's hopefully going to touch on a little bit of what everybody wants and needs. So to start, there will be a CWCD every day, Monday through Friday, but they will be 5 minutes long.
Okay.
Those episodes are meant to pose a question. One question for everybody. Anybody who is a part of this community, please comment and kind of invite conversation on those 5-minute episodes. That's where we get the new communication going. That's where I'm kind of recruiting outsiders to come be a part of the CWC is with that more, it's not clickbait because I don't like the word clickbait, but it's trending, it's newsworthy, it's algorithm friendly.
Algorithm.
So I need people to comment on that boost it up, and that video kind of gets out in the world, and it's like fishing. That's the lure that brings people in. But then on top of that, I'm going to drop a 15-minute, what I'm calling rant.
Okay.
And I'm calling it rant, which stands for real analysis, no tribalism. Okay?
All right.
And it's a video where I take a deeper dive into a topic, and kind of, that's where I get more old school, where I really, give my opinions on things and really break down and analyze and kind of reach into my bag to talk about things. And then every Friday, me and you are going to get together and do what we used to do, which is the Casual Wrestling Podcast. And this has no rules.
Okay.
So this is more, expect this to be closer to what we were doing when we were doing live shows. We were doing a lot of live shows. Expect this to be closer to that. Then on top of that, one Friday every month, we're going to do what we call a premium live event. We'll theme it, and it will be live.
Okay.
So, because I've also had people say they missed the live format, that it was fun to get together and hang out. And I agree. That was where we kind of connected. I feel like that's when the community came closest together. It was tough on our schedule because I can't commit to multiple lives a week. I can't even really commit to multiple lives a month, but I can commit to one live a month where we all get together. It's like a party and we hang out and we'll do all this shit and have these conversations live. So I can do that. So like I said, the analytics are showing that the short form kind of punchy videos that aren't real opinionated, those bring people in. But then they watch the other content. They start to get a feel for who we are. So that's kind of the schedule moving forward, if that makes sense. And if anybody has any other suggestions, throw them at me. But this was me kind of taking the ideas. I put a feeler out on YouTube. I put a feeler out in the Discord. And I got multiple, like one person likes it. I like my 15-minute chunks. One person goes, do whatever works. One person goes, I like the long-form content. So this is hopefully bringing all the worlds together.
The best of both worlds.
So first up on the board to talk about tonight, Lauren, We Too Deep sent me this. Nikki Bella says she would be open to a Total Divas reboot. Really? I know you're actually probably excited about this, right?
Yeah, I love it. I always get Total Bellas and Nikki or in what's it called? The other show together, because in my mind they're one, but I know they're two different shows. But that's what got me into wrestling. They
were, it was a spinoff of the one show. And I think it was just that the Bellas really enjoyed that format.
Yeah.
The kind of reality show format. What's interesting to me is I don't think there's ever been a better time to bring this show back. The way the roster's constructed right now and the way that they're really kind of laying into all of this reality and realism anyway. Like there's a new show coming out where they're going to take us in the writer's room while the stories are being written and stuff, which is really weird because that feels like that breaks a lot of the allure of wrestling. But then again, once again, we live in this reality where people want access. They want to know what's going on. They want to feel like they're on the inside. So this show is going to give you all that. But I got a question for you.
Okay.
They start Total Divas again. Let's just say, right? It was E, right?
Yeah.
So E, let's say Netflix or E or somebody goes, we're rehashing Total Divas. What do you want that show to look like? Cast me right now some names that you want on Total Divas that you would enjoy seeing.
Of course, Tiffany Stratton.
That's definitely on my list.
Okay. I think we bring back the Bellas just as like the wiser women.
Sure. They can reintroduce the world into this reality format. The Bellas are very used to it at this point.
I think I'd like to see some of like the younger NXT girls because it gives me an opportunity to get to know them better. Like that's where I got to know a lot of the wrestlers and decide like, oh, I like this person. This person isn't who I thought I was. Sure. I don't like them so much. So like maybe like Roxanne Perez and like that whole little group.
So I had Cora Jade and Roxanne on my list. I think
they're the same person to me, but I know
ultimately I think that Total Divas would work better NXT.
Oh, yeah.
Just make it a NXT thing where we get familiar with the NXT girls. I think it works better also because they do a lot of filming in one central location.
Yeah.
And so you have access to the whole NXT Performance Center. They all kind of live in the same area, which means they can go to each other's houses. It plays more like a Real Housewives situation, whereas I think it's a little bit tougher when they're on the road all the time.
Yeah.
To figure out where you're slotting in, like, we're going to film here and we're going to do, it always feels a little ingenuine.
Well, I think it's just a great opportunity to get to know, like, new wrestlers. And then that's, like, a good transition to, like, the main roster for them. For me, because, like, I enjoy that part. And then that's how I get invested in a character.
But then you wonder why limit it to Total Divas, right? Why not just call it, like, Total Access and literally have seasons of the show, almost in a sense, almost like the Hard Knocks football situation, where
I could see what you're saying.
Each season takes 6 people and follow them through their journey to get to like the destination of maybe even early in their NXT career. You could do late in their NXT career, or have a kind of a plethora, like a mix of maybe a couple that just got to NXT, a couple that are really in the mix, and maybe a couple that are about to graduate to the main roster. I think that would be interesting. How about a Maxine?
Oh, of course. I love
Maxine
her.
Seems like she fits it. Zelina Vega.
Zelina Vega would be good too.
Dakota
How
Kai.
old is Zelina Vega?
That's a good question. I think she's around, I don't even want to guess, but I would say 30s.
Okay.
I would say 30s.
I think she, in my mind, like she looks really young, but I think she's older than I think that she looks.
I mean, I guess I could.
We could just look it up. We could Google it, right?
I could Google it, but feels like 30s is
I'm
a
gonna say
safe answer.
36.
That sounds safe.
36. But no, I think it would be so cool if they brought
34.
Back. Oh.
34. Younger than I thought.
Yeah. Okay. My bad. I think I love reality TV shows. You know that. So I think doing something again with wrestling in any capacity would be cool. I really liked when they used to do that like ride along where like they followed them.
I don't know why they got away from I think it's just hard, and it's hard on the wrestlers because they have limited amount of free time. But being on Netflix and kind of the ideas that we thought they were going to have a lot of content on Netflix, it feels tailor fit to have some form of reality show to go along with what you're watching. And like you said, you've connected most through that. I don't understand why there's not a constant season of Tough Enough that then rotates with a season of like a reality show. It just feels like that should constantly be happening.
So wait, which one was Tough Enough? Like where they're
the
trying
one with Chelsea
out, right?
Green, where they Mandy Rose was on it. Yeah, it's like Miz was a host and Paige was a host.
Oh, like where they're trying out to be a wrestler.
It's
right?
like the Ultimate Fighter in UFC.
Okay.
It's the like where they're competing for the one
that's
spot.
That's not still on, is it?
No, that's what I'm saying. But
I
it
like
seems
that
like
show.
Seems like such a missed opportunity. They're doing the Evolve show, which is where they take a lot of the indie talent, but it just feels like to me, you take 8 of those people and you make them compete in these like games and these contests on a weekly basis. It feels tailor fit in the NXT Performance Center to constantly have like a Total Divas style show and a Tough Enough always running the way UFC kind of did for a while with Ultimate Fighter. Like, it feels to me like you could just be running those back to back, and WWE fans, especially ones who are more casual and on the outside, would get to know people that way.
Agreed.
So I had Chelsea Green though on
I
on
didn't
a
even
Total
think
Divas.
about her.
I think she'd be like her and Piper
I love
Niven.
her. So she's made Piper very likable to me, where she's actually one of my favorite characters.
But then I had a thought, like I rolled through my head. What about, because one thing that becomes kind of interesting to people like you,
Me. Yeah.
You like the relationship aspects. So what if it was more of a couples, like Bianca and Montez picking up their story? Because I thought their show was fun. Yeah. But then you go like Seth and Becky. You go Mickey James and Nick Aldis are together. That's the GM from SmackDown. And you know who Mickey James is. You would know her if you saw her. Right? Kind of redhead.
Yeah.
Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, Karrion Kross, Scarlett. You have enough interesting couples.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting because they're all at different points in their lives. Some have children, some don't. Some are like contemplating if they're going to have children.
They're all at different points in wrestling too. Like I think the always the thing that was interesting in the dynamic of Bianca and Montez was Bianca had reached a level of success that Montez was reaching for, and he has all the talent to get there. So it was interesting to see that dynamic. Whereas Seth and Becky are two people who are just at the top of the mountain, and they have to keep rediscovering what they can do versus like Mickey James and Nick Aldis, who are tail end, right? Mickey's retired, and Nick Aldis, as far as we know, is retired and running the GM. You got Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae, who feel like people who have to scrape and fight for everything they get. And then you have like a Karrion Kross and a Scarlett who are extremely underutilized and underrated, and they are fan favorites. So it just seems like those dynamics all work in some form of a reality TV
I saw a TikTok of Karrion Kross, and I don't remember if you saw it or you told me about it or whatever. It was about like how giving he is and like he always pays for stuff. That made me interested in him, where I did not like him, but I didn't like him either. That the backstories of people is what makes me fall in love with the character.
The way your mind works to who you like and don't like is insane. Like you literally just No, you're the ultimate reading a book by its cover. Yeah. You see someone, you place judgment, and now they have to prove to you.
It's a tism.
Why it is a tism. It is. I won't say it, but it is.
It's okay. It's okay. It happens.
All right. So in the Discord, there was we got into a conversation about Chick-fil-A French fries.
What about Chick-fil-A?
And me and We Too Deep were talking about Chick-fil-A French fries, and the fact that they're not bad, but waffle fries are kind of bullshit. Okay, because the way they're shaped in the container they come in, sometimes you get 5 fries at Chick-fil-A.
Okay. I could see that.
The fry distribution to the container it comes in is not proper.
So they changed the fries. I swear that they changed the fries because they don't taste the same. But what I love about a waffle fry is that it carries all of the wonderful sauce that you dip it in. So you get a bite in every flavor.
I mean, I guess.
A flavor in every bite. Whatever.
But it does feel like you get less fries than nuggets, and that ratio never makes sense to me. On a good day at Chick-fil-A, you're getting 7 to 8 French fries.
I guess I never
and
counted them.
One of them's going to be burnt, and one of them's going to be the butt end of a tomato.
Of a tomato?
I always.
I'm rubbing off on you.
Potato.
But yeah, no. I never actually thought about that. But when you really stop and think about it, I always feel like they're just like halfway full. Yeah. Even if you get the large.
No, because you can't. There's no way. They need a fry person at Chick-fil-A who individually nicely places them in there in stacks and rows. Because if you do the scoop and drop thing, you like only 6 of them are landing in. The other ones are all falling to the side. So there was probably good intentions when they went to make that scoop of the fries, but you lost 50%.
Why wouldn't they get like a basket and just like let them sit there?
But that's another thing. Like the question is, why does all Chick-fil-A usually come in a bag, even if you're in the store?
Oh.
Why do they give you a bag half the time? Like, yeah, just put it on a plate. Why can't you just give me a plate of fries?
I never thought about that.
That doesn't make sense. So I went to ChatGPT because I wanted to know, I was going to ask you what the best kind of fries are, but this completely changed when I said, give me all the different ways to make French fries.
Okay.
There's 11 ways to make French fries. Did you know this?
No.
I probably off the top of my head could have named 5.
I think I could do 2, like twice baked.
Twice baked's not even on here. Baked's not even on here. Those are not options. Those are not French fries. That's baked potatoes in a different fashion.
Okay, then
So you ready to run through this list of 11 different kinds of French fries? Number one, starting with what they're calling just a standard French fry. It is a traditional thin or medium cut fry. I think this is going to be like a Wendy's Burger King fry. Does that make sense? Natural cut. Yeah,
okay.
It's just a standard fry. Next, at number 2, we have a shoestring fry, which is extremely thin and crispy. Now, I think McDonald's borderlines on being like the bigger end of shoestring. I've had really like thin, small, crispy shoestring fries. They can correct me if I'm wrong on that. They almost taste like
potato chips because they're so
they're more crispy. They're more fried. A lot of them get kind of burnt on the ends. To me, that's a shoestring fry. Now, number 3, we have a steak fry. And a steak fry is going to be thick cut and very soft on the inside. That's a steak fry, okay? Stay with me here. Number 4, the curly fry. Which is a favorite of many. Usually, typically seasoned if you go to a Jack in the Box or an Arby's. So there's a curly fry. Number 5 is what our Chick-fil-A nemesis, the waffle fry. Crisscrossed. Looks like a waffle, okay? Not great for distribution. Good for dipping, though, you said, which I will agree. Number 6 would be my favorite fry.
Okay.
The crinkle fry.
A crinkle.
Love the crinkle fry. I feel like the crinkle fry gets extra crispy and it gets a lot of salt. Now, interesting enough, the crinkle fry is what ChatGPT told me was the best dipping fry.
Really?
So you said waffle fry. But ChatGPT said the crinkle fry. Now here we go. Now we just jumped off a deep end, okay? Because those are 6 that I recognize. Are you ready though?
No, I don't think I'm ready because I didn't know.
You ready to go? Ready to go to fry plate? Now I think next week.
Okay.
We need to attempt to make all these fries.
Let's do it.
Because we have to try them.
And avocado oil though, because they're like healthy.
That's fine. That's fine.
No.
At number 7, we have cottage fries.
Fuck is a cottage fry?
So
don't tell me there's cottage cheese in there.
No. So none of these require, I think, any extra ingredient. A cottage fry is what I would refer to as a buffalo chip. It is.
They look like potato chips.
Round slices that are fried. It says round slices like thick potato chips. So I know what this is, just never heard it referred to as a cottage fry. I've always referred to that as a buffalo chip.
Yeah.
And to me, that's dicey. I don't think buffalo chips are French fries.
They're potato chips.
I feel like if you get into that, you almost have to start tater-totting these things. But tater tots is not on here, okay?
Okay.
Next one, a Belgian frites. Frites.
Fritter.
This is a thick, double-fried fry, often served with mayonnaise.
Not gonna lie, fries and mayonnaise.
That's up your
is amazing.
That's up your alley. But a thick, double-fried fry, often served with mayonnaise. This could change my world. I like a double-fried fry, but I don't know. This is a Belgian frit.
I need a Belgian frit in my life.
Well, we might have to make it because I don't know where you can find these things. Okay,
Canada.
Okay, here we go. Probably. Okay, number 9. The names are getting harder.
Okay.
A pommes soufflés. POMMES SOUFFLEES.
Pommes soufflé.
This is a puffy, airy fry that is made by frying the fry twice, but at different temperatures.
So it's like a
now we're getting into like
fry puff, like a Cheeto.
Yeah, we're getting into Gordon Ramsay territory here when I've got to change the oil temp. I don't even never know the temperature of my oil. I just know hot and not hot. If I got to start like taking measurements, this is going to get pretty interesting. A pommes soufflés. We're going to need Dead Chef to let us know if this is all bullshit.
Yeah.
ChatGPT has been lying lately. Lots of bullshit coming up.
Liars.
The next one is a pumice Pont Neuf.
Why does it sound like a rock, like a pumice stone?
It does sound like a pumice stone.
Sorry, am I moving around a lot?
Yeah, I'm moving you over. A pumice Pont Neuf. POMMES PONT-NEUF.
I want to know what these things look like.
This is a thick, rectangular fry, an old school French style.
What is French style?
I don't know. I have no clue.
It's a French fried.
Last one is the best, though.
Okay.
Last one. I've seen these before. Didn't know that we were calling these French fries. I think they do these at Fiesta. It's a tornado fry.
What is a tornado
This is
fry?
when they take the potato and they slice it like in a spiral and then they drop it down a stick and you fry it and you can like break off pieces of it. It looks good. It's very.
I've never seen that, heard of that, but
very
like,
close to a cottage fry, but it's a tornado fry. It spirals down the stick.
I don't think I like it being called a cottage fry. It makes me think that I'm eating like cottage cheese.
It makes me think of like a small house.
Cottage. Oh, like a fine little cottage.
Maybe they ate them in cottages. Maybe that's why
I don't know.
They were called cottages. Lauren, earlier in the week, Wavy D presented me with a question. 100 versus gorilla. This is going around the internet. Every podcast is talking about it. I gave my take, and I think I gave one of the best takes the internet has seen on how to defend. I actually gave instructions on how the CWC could defeat a gorilla. Also learned a lot of things about gorillas that were a little bit of a letdown. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? First thing I learned about a gorilla, what do you think a gorilla weighs?
Like a half ton or something?
350 pounds. I'm like 40 pounds off a gorilla.
He weighs as much as an American male?
I'm like 40 pounds off a gorilla. This is news to me that me and a gorilla are getting really close in weight.
I thought the gorillas were like ginormous.
I did too. I thought they were too. Most male gorillas around 350 pounds. That's what they weigh. How many times stronger do you think a gorilla is than the average male?
5 times stronger?
Okay, so you're way on the other end. I would have said like 50. Mm-hmm. Those motherfuckers seem strong as shit. It's 9 times stronger.
Oh, I wasn't too bad.
So 9 times stronger. So with 100 people,
you should be able to take a gorilla down.
You should be able to overwhelm the gorilla extremely easy.
So the 100 gorilla question means
100 human males versus 1 gorilla.
Oh, yeah. I think we could definitely take him.
It is about overwhelm. You do have to get to him quickly and overwhelm him because he's going to take out the first few guys who get there. Yeah. He's going to backhand a couple guys, and they're fucked. They're going to take one for the team. But my problem is, so you start, it's 9 times, so 9 times 300, if that's his strength about. So what? We get 20 guys just lay on top of him.
True.
And then the other guys just start, yeah. I say you kick him in the nuts because he can't like that.
I'm not going to lie. I literally wondered if a gorilla had a penis, but I really don't know that.
They definitely have penis because I think
anatomy,
people fuck gorillas. That's the thing that happens.
Really?
I think that's where AIDS came from, was people fucking gorillas.
Oh, my God.
But that could be completely made up, by the way, too. I feel like I heard that somewhere.
I don't know. I also thought that like you couldn't turn the light on in your car forever. So
you did think that. But so my thought was, I always say like the biggest strategy I would have if I got into a fight with an animal, especially one like a tiger or a gorilla, is I think your only shot is to go for the eyes. You're gonna like you have to. If you can get a finger in there and hook out an eyeball and then get the other, if you could blind them, that's your best shot. So I said, as we're overwhelming this gorilla, someone has to jump on the back and just start scraping the eyeballs. That's your best opportunity. Because once he's blind, I said everybody just backs off and fucks with him now.
What would you
now
do
it becomes a mental game. What?
If somebody just like eye gouged you and you're blind?
I don't think I'd want to keep fighting.
True.
If they were able to get in my eyeballs, I have little fucking eye sockets. If they got in there, they're skilled. They're a skilled ninja if they're able to get my eyeballs. I don't like that. But a gorilla, bigger eyes, big eye sockets. I'm going to get in there, scratch them at least.
I'd do it for you. I would sacrifice myself.
Maybe you're that person.
And attack the gorilla. I would.
Maybe you're going over on the back and scratching. And once his eyes are done, I think he's in trouble. But this, to me, the more I talk through this and hear people talk about this, it doesn't really seem like that big of a challenge for 100 grown men. Now, here's the problem: the grown men from the Discord and that I associate are fucking men, like real men,
y'all
right?
Are all tall
There's a lot of pussies left in the world. If we're talking 100 of these like fucking pussies walking around, then all right, it's a different story. I'd get some popcorn and watch that fight because it'd probably be pretty funny. But we're talking 100 dead chefs, notorious Dirty D's, We Two Deeps, Milwaukee Mikes, Wavy D's. We're licking this thing. Like it has no chance. They're better off. They need to start talking about 10 gorillas at that point.
Let's go further.
Yeah, like that to me.
I think y'all could do it.
I don't think but then so this led into another conversation is for $1 million, what do you think you could survive 20 minutes? A gorilla, a tiger, a hippopotamus, or grizzly bear?
Like fighting them?
So it just the question was, what could you survive 20 minutes with? And I want to see your survival skill knowledge because I was very accurate in my assessment of the situation.
Okay. So hippopotamuses, right? Am I in the water with them?
Let's just say it's an open field, right? There's water over there. That's where he's hanging out. But it's an open field. You have 20 minutes and you can't like leave.
Yeah. So I'm going to say no to the hippo because those motherfuckers are fast as fuck.
Okay.
Okay. And they're super vicious.
Okay.
A tiger, are they hungry? Have they eaten?
You know, let's just go midday tiger. Midday tiger.
Could be hungry. Because a tiger won't fuck with you unless they're hungry.
Sure.
Just so you know. Okay.
You hang out with a lot of tigers?
What was the other one? I do. I'm best friends with tigers.
Grizzly bear.
I think that's the one where you can play dead and they don't fuck with you.
Sure. Go for it.
Not 100% sure. Mm-hmm. And then there was another one or no?
Gorilla.
Okay. So I feel like I could talk to the gorilla. And we could possibly be friends because they don't necessarily got to be mean.
Okay.
Tiger might eat me.
Yeah.
Might chase me.
Sure.
Not going to fuck with it.
Okay.
Hippo, vicious. Not going to do it. Bear, I'm not sure if that's the one that you can play dead or not. So I'm going to say no to that one. I'm going to go with the gorilla and we're going to become friends.
So that's why we're married.
Okay.
Great minds think alike.
Really?
Yeah. The gorilla's not going to fight you.
Aww.
Why would so if you don't beef, like gorillas by nature are very timid and shy creatures. They're not looking for a fight unless you threaten them. So I am probably going to sit down and turn my back to the gorilla so that I don't even interact with him. I don't want him to get any misunderstanding. Hippos, you were right on the money. Hippos are super territorial. If they see you, they're going to fuck you up.
Yeah, and they're fucking fast as fuck.
Yeah, oh yeah, super fast. And like, you're not getting away. Because at one point I tried to look up, could you jump on a hippo's back? That's not an option.
No.
Like, there's nothing to hang on to. You'd be fucked. So hippo kicks your ass. While tigers, not necessarily super vicious, they are apex predators, which means like once they get into fight or flight mode, they're killing you. Like, still a gorilla may like knock you back and then retreat because he doesn't want the fight either.
Yeah. He just wants you to know, back the fuck up.
And then
this is my
grizzly
space.
Bears are fucking, they'll fuck you up.
So are those the ones that you play dead?
I don't.
You run.
But the playing dead thing is like a 5% chance of working.
Brown.
I don't even know if that's
Wait, it's brown laid down, black.
Well, this was a brown bear.
Like Jack.
Okay, whatever. You just made that up. But
I did.
But my point is the gorilla is the right call because I think like the thing is don't look them in the eyes.
Don't steal
like,
their food.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, don't fuck with any of their food. But yeah, like I think if you literally just kind of like go chill mode with the gorilla, he's not even going to, he's going to go sit in his corner. You're going to sit in your corner. Time's going to run out and you have the best opportunity. You're not winning a fight with any of these. That's what if it's in a cage and they are pissed off, none of them. Like, I'm not taking an opportunity with that. If it's in a cage, I might take the hippo only because such a small confined space. He never gets to full speed. And
climb up to the top.
True.
Maybe.
You could try and climb or something like that. But yeah, but I think in just the regular scenario, gorilla's the right call there.
All right.
So we found out what Liv Morgan's movie is. After all of this, all week, the news, I didn't really ever do a story on this because I don't like these kind of stories. I don't think they're that interesting. I thought it would be better to talk about here. But all week, there was this hype built up about Liv Morgan's going to be the next Hollywood it girl. She's going to be the movie when it finally comes out is going to impress people and they're going to be surprised because it's not a superhero movie. And we found out that the movie is like a Tokyo direct. It's called Bad Lieutenant Tokyo from legendary Japanese director Takashi Miike. And Liv is one of the 3 stars that have been named so far. This absolutely means nothing to me because I do kind of study and pay attention to movie theaters, and these kind of movies are not doing well right now.
So first of all, Takashi Miike sounds like a character from like a podcast.
Sure. It sounded like to me like somebody who makes Nintendo games. That's just, maybe that's not the right thing to say, but I mean, like, so, okay, maybe this movie can win an award. I don't know. I think all of that's bullshit to begin with. That's all politics as it is. But like, I was a little confused. We're upset it's not a superhero. When I heard that it might be Gwen Stacy and Spider-Man, I was fucking stoked. I was excited as shit. I was like, Liv Morgan's gonna be Gwen Stacy?
I heard
that's
it's gonna
awesome.
be an epic or whatever.
But I mean, but then like I was expecting when they're like, this is gonna be huge. I'm like, oh, this is gonna have like Brad Pitt or some name that I recognize. I don't know who Takashi Miike is. If it's not Quentin Tarantino or J.J. Abrams,
that's what it reminded me of.
I could
like,
see
why
that
do I know
too.
That name?
But to me, like, okay, cool, awesome for Liv Morgan, and maybe it does well, but this doesn't feel like the type of movie that's going to drag her wrestling audience over there.
This might be a dumb question, but will it be in English?
I believe it's an English movie. It's not a Japanese movie. He's just a famed. I mean, saying that, maybe it's not in fucking English. I don't know. I don't know shit about Takashi Miike. I don't know if he makes movies in English. To me, Bad Lieutenant Tokyo sounds like a video game on like Nintendo Switch, like shovelware.
Bad Lieutenant Tokyo reminds me of this movie that my dad used to watch all the time with Jackie Chan and what's that actor?
Are you talking about Rush Hour?
Yeah.
How the fuck you not know what Rush Hour's called?
I couldn't think of the name.
That's disrespectful.
My dad used to watch it all the time. He loved it.
All dads watch that movie.
Loved Rush
That's a
Hour.
dad movie. That's a grade A dad
I like
movie. It. Rush Hour. Rush Hour 1.
They went to Tokyo one time,
Rush Hour 2. Rush Hour 3. I don't know if they went to Tokyo. They definitely fought against the triads.
They did.
They fought the triads. I don't know if it was in California or in Tokyo. I believe they probably went to Tokyo.
But if it's not better than that
movie.
There
was 3 of them. There was 3 of those movies. So definitely. Don't you ever touch a black man's radio. Famous line from the movie.
Yes, sir.
It does nothing for me. The other actors are Shun Ogiri? Ring a bell?
Nope. And so again, are we sure this is
Lily
English?
James?
Oh, I think she's like a singer, right? Or actress? I don't know.
I think you're thinking
I think
Lily
I've heard that name
Allen.
before. Lily Allen. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess I should
look up who Lily James is to see if I.
Lily James. She's James Dean's second daughter.
I thought it was Harry Potter.
What is it? Lily James?
I have no clue who this girl is.
Lily James sounds like it should be like a jewelry brand.
So I no clue who that is. And Shun Ogiri.
Oh, is she the lady who played Cinderella?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
In the real life Cinderella, right?
I don't know. Is she?
Shun
Ogiri is a dude. I didn't even fucking know that.
I did not know that either.
So this does nothing for me. Doesn't excite me. Everybody who said that, like, what was it? The PW Insider said one of the most impressive gets imaginable.
It's no Minecraft.
It's fucking yeah. Well, no, dude, I'd much rather be in Spider-Man than fucking Bad Lieutenant Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
At least in Spider-Man, I know I'm going to be in like probably 6 more of them.
Every time you say Tokyo, I think
get to be Spider-Gwen. That'd be badass, man.
She would make a cool Spider-Gwen.
She would have been awesome Spider-Gwen. I think Drew McIntyre's in a movie as well. I want to see what his is. I hope it's a fucking superhero. He should be Thor.
Maybe it's like about a book club or something.
What are you talking about? You just say
Well,
things.
they're making like random movies.
No, that's one random movie. That's one. They didn't say every WWE superstar is going to be in like.
He needs to be a superhero. He's built like a superhero.
I say he needs to be Thor.
Oh,
if they need a replacement for Thor, Drew McIntyre is your guy.
Did you ever watch the movie Adventures in Babysitting?
Nope.
There's a character in there, forgot his name, but he's Thor-like. Or maybe he is Thor. I don't remember. I bet you Dead Chef would know. He usually knows.
Just because he co-signs everything.
The movies that I talk
all
about,
your
he
weird movie
knows.
references, he knows.
Labyrinth, Rocky Horror Picture Show, wonderful shows.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see Dakota Kai has a new look?
No, I have not.
I thought it was pretty interesting. This came up, and I want to talk about it because on this big, you should have the chat up there. WWE did this big fucking media tour during WrestleMania where Triple H and Nick Khan got their fucking dicks all in the dirt and we're talking about we don't like the internet, we don't like people, we don't talk to nobody, and they really kind of went on like a shitting spree on AEW. It was super negative towards AEW. And one of the things that Nick Khan made sure that he fucking put out there was, we're not like that other company. We don't bench people. We don't put people on the bench. All of a sudden, Dakota Kai comes out and tweets a couple photos like this showing that she's changed her look and saying, I'm not hurt. I'm just not on TV right now.
Wait, question.
Yeah.
The picture on the left with the curly hair.
That's her new look.
That's her new
look.
That's
her natural look. I don't know. When I say new look, that may just be her natural walk around day-to-day look, but she posted the picture and I thought it was interesting to see.
Yeah. I mean, I had no idea she had curly hair.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know she was Samoan until you told me the other day.
Well, there's debate on the Samoan part. We gotta hold on.
Whatever.
Yeah, I've been corrected multiple times when I've called her Samoan, even though I've been told she's of Samoan.
She looks racially ambiguous.
Sure, which I think she is, right?
Yeah.
I think she's a mixture of different things. Mm-hmm. But when I say Samoan, she's from like New Zealand, and there's a different tribe or race or something that lives there that's got a slightly different name that has roots that come from the same place, but like it's like, there's a dynamic to.
I think that's what they're called. They're called hakas.
I think you just completely fucking.
I swear, I think that's what they're called. I'm about 90%
sure you're full of shit. Your autism.
No, I swear, I'm not even joking.
I can tell by your face that you're lying. You said it, then you regretted saying it, so now you're gonna double down.
I'm gonna look it up now. I'm gonna
hakas?
Google it. It's called the haka.
Okay, all right. You can Google it later.
Okay.
Let's do verses.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So verses, we've done one of these before where I gave you, huh?
How do I see them?
You don't need to see anything.
Oh,
I'm
you're
going to ask you
tell
questions.
Me. Oh, okay.
So do you remember this?
I don't remember this.
Do you remember being on this show at all?
No, it's been forever.
Okay. Well, here, let me refresh you, okay?
Please refresh me.
So verses, I'm going to give you 2 wrestlers. You're going to grade their mic skills. I refine this a little bit so that.
Oh, when I did
Logan Paul and Jey Uso, you're going to do their mic skills, their theme song, their move set. So this finisher and everything that you know about their move set. So just whatever you know about it, that's what you're going to talk about. And then their character in general.
Okay.
Like charisma and all of that. All right, so we're going to start with Liv Morgan.
Okay.
All right, so on a scale of 1 to 10, Give me Liv Morgan's mic skills.
So, 6. She's improved.
All right. Her theme song.
7. Because I can never remember hers or Alexa Bliss's. I get them both confused.
What?
I always think that it's Alexa Bliss at first, and then I'm like, oh wait, it's Liv Morgan.
What? Alexa
I don't
Bliss
know.
goes like
I don't know. I'm just telling you how I feel. I'm telling you from my feelings, bro.
All right. Moveset. Do you know any of Liv Morgan's moves? Do you know what she does? Do you know her finisher? Can you tell me? That's a fun game too. Guess the finisher. New segment.
I guess so.
Guess
Do I get
the
to make
finisher.
one up?
No.
Okay.
I like that segment. I'm gonna write that down. Guess the finisher.
I actually have no idea. Maybe it's like the
would
Bliss kiss.
So hold on.
I mean, wait. I got Alexa Bliss on my mind.
Step back.
I got Alexa Bliss.
You
on my
don't only
mind.
get the songs mixed up. You just think they're the same person.
Is it the Let Live?
No. Good name.
No.
Good try. The Oblivion.
Yeah. I don't know if I've even seen her do that.
Yes, you have. This is where they get hung up in the ropes, and then she runs up and grabs them and falls backward and takes them to the ground.
Oh.
The Oblivion.
Okay. All right. Then I didn't know what it was.
Okay.
So we'll go 5 because I don't know.
And then her overall character. Liv Morgan's overall character. Charisma, character, everything, just kind of all her personification.
I like Liv Morgan.
You don't have to justify.
She's a very, very pretty girl.
Okay.
I think she became more comfortable on a microphone.
Sure, but this is not mic skills.
The Dom thing kind of gave her some points for me.
I agree.
So, like, overall character, right?
Yes.
Not just because she's pretty. Because if she was pretty, I'd give her like 10.
But that can be included in character. Her look is part of her character.
I mean, everybody likes Liv Morgan.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go an 8.
Okay.
8.
So, okay. Then
Liv
let's
Morgan,
go. Her competitor tonight will be Chelsea Green.
Oh, my God.
So now these numbers are going up against Chelsea Green.
Okay.
Give me mic skills on Chelsea Green.
I think Chelsea Green is a 10.
Okay.
She captivates you. She kind of like, what is that? Like where you're like smart, but you say stuff that makes it pretend like you're dumb.
Sure.
But then like, I don't know. I love her. She's a 10. She's like amazing.
Okay. So then from mic skills, you said 10. Her theme song.
Whose song is song? Oh no, that's we should play Just Guess the Theme Song because apparently
that we'll get
I know. It's
content strikes, but yeah. I'm a happy
Oh, and then she goes with her thing and her little thing. It's my favorite move.
I should hum them for you. I'm very good at that
I like it. I'm gonna give her a 7.
Okay.
I like her theme song.
It's pretty good for her.
Yeah.
Her moveset. What is Chelsea Green's destroyer? I almost told you.
It's the Destroyer.
It's not. It's not the Destroyer. It's not. I don't even know why I said that. Her moveset. What's Chelsea Green's finishing move? This is fun.
The split tickler.
No, I don't. No, I'm not comfortable with that either.
I don't know. What is it?
So it's called the Unpretty Her.
Oh, the Unpretty Her. Yes, I saw her do that the other day.
And that's because I think it's either Edge or Christian. I'm not exactly sure. They have the Unprettier, and she changed it to the Unpretty Her. I
remember watching that, like listening to that in the podcast. They're like, "Did you ask to do it?" And she's like, "No, I just did it." So I'm gonna give her a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
On that? Mm-hmm. And then her overall character, you're giving Chelsea Green a what?
I'm going to give her an 8. I think that she's a good character. I wouldn't say she's the best. I'm not going to give her like a 10, even though I like really, really like her. But yeah, I like her.
You said 8, right?
I'm going to say 8. I'm going to stick with that.
That's interesting. I think she's 9 or 10 in character. But that this is your scores.
Wait, this is character or just overall?
It's her overall character.
Oh.
Character. Look.
I'll give her a 9 then. Because
Are you not paying attention?
I thought we were just going like, I don't know. I got confused. I'm not going to lie. Gosh, I'm freaking Yeah, I'm going to give her a 9. I strike that back.
Okay, so according to your...
I already know who won.
Calculation. Well, yeah, we know who won, but it's pretty lopsided.
Okay.
In your calculations, Liv Morgan is a 26 overall.
Okay.
Based on your calculations there. Chelsea Green is a 33 overall. I'm going to have to look this up, but I'm going to come up with an official list starting this week.
Yeah.
I believe Chelsea Green will be number 1 on your list over Jey Uso, Logan Paul, and Liv Morgan, which that's right on brand for you.
List, that is true.
Yeah,
that's what on brand for you. I love her.
I'm not questioning that. I think that shows that you're pretty in the pocket with what you believe there.
I want to be entertained, and she entertains me, and everything I think that she does is amazing. Like the Secret Hervis. Like, did she think of that? I don't know.
Now you know she lost the title, right?
I know. It's ridiculous.
All right, let's do 10 questions, Lauren.
All right, I did not prepare for this one.
Hard mode.
Oh God. Okay.
We're hard mode this week with the inaugural reboot of the Casual Wrestling Podcast, and this being a Friday thing. I can't let you just come out the gates cooking. Your ego will inflate. Your head will get big. You'll be real cocky next week. So I got to hit you hard mode week 1. Probably.
Look, I'm not even very faithful in myself here. So.
I think this is maybe extra hard mode, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Is it a male?
Yes, that's 1.
Are they under 30?
No, that's 2.
Okay. Are they part of a tag team?
No, that's 3.
Okay. Have they ever won a championship belt?
In WWE?
In WWE.
I don't think
not
so.
Drew McIntyre. It's not Karrion Kross because we already did him. It's not Ciampa. It's not The Miz.
I'm looking.
Do they have a significant other in wrestling?
Wait, okay, what'd you ask? Rephrase the question again.
Have they ever won a WWE title belt?
Does NXT count?
No.
Then no. That's
okay. 4. So I take it that they came from NXT. Do they have a significant other in in wrestling?
Yes, that's 5. That's a good question, just so you know. That puts you at 5 questions. Getting that question.
It can't be Johnny Gargano because he's part of a tag team. Okay. Can't be Ciampa because he's part of a tag team. Okay. It can't be the Motor City Machine Guns. Sure. Who just came from NXT? From they moved up the roster. Are they African American?
No, that's 6.
Right, so it's not Carmelo Hayes. I'm gonna assume that. Wait, they could be Mexican. Are they brown like me?
No, that's 7.
Right, so they're white. Okay.
Got me a little clicky thing so I don't mess up.
Right, so they have a significant other and they're white.
Woo!
What? It's a man though, so it's not Charlotte Flair.
I didn't wooed for fun.
Just
I like to give you around question 7.
Oh, man.
I like to give you
who could this be?
A clue that has nothing to do with it. I just make a noise.
Did they come back from AEW?
Yes,
It's Aleister Black or whatever.
Yes, it is. You got it.
I knew.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Money, 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 money.
That's even worse that you got that one correct. Because, that was pretty hard.
So
I didn't even know if you fully knew he was back yet.
I think I thought he was back. And then I vaguely remember you telling me oh, wait, actually, I don't know. I didn't know actually if he was officially back. But I just assumed so. And then I kind of went through my little repertoire of relationships because that's how I get into the wrestlers. I have to know about their lives and then I like them, you know?
Yeah, but I thought that one was so fresh.
Is that his name, Aleister Black, or is it something different?
It's Aleister Black. He was Malachi Black.
Malachi Black, okay.
AEW. He's Aleister Black in WWE.
Any WWE star that goes to AEW, They're still their WWE name to me.
Most of them come back and want the WWE name, I believe, because I don't know. That's a fun question. Is there anybody who's left WWE, had to change their name, and got bigger while they were gone?
True.
So that when they came back, they would want to bring that name with them. You could.
I don't know.
Jericho's still Jericho. He would just be Jericho. Who else? I mean, Aleister Black came back. Paige,
Toni Storm, is she still Toni Storm?
She's still Toni Storm. A lot of them had the rights to their name before, so they're able to keep them. I don't know. Christian Cage is Christian.
Yeah.
Edge became Cope. So I think if he came back to WWE, he 100% wants to be Edge. Cope, because his last name's Copeland.
It just sounds like he's coping with something.
So he started as Adam Copeland, and then he shortened it to Cope.
What about Mighty Mouse? You know the dude I used to call Mighty Mouse?
Yeah.
He got big.
What was he? He was AEW Neville.
He was Neville.
In WWE. Then he is... What is he in AEW? I don't even remember his name.
Pascal or something like that, right?
Pascal?
I think so.
That does not sound correct.
I don't know his name.
Bobby Lashley, I believe, is still Bobby Lashley. Swerve is still Swerve. Yeah, I don't know that anybody's gone over there and taken. I mean, Bryan Danielson. Daniel Bryan became Bryan Danielson.
Same thing.
I guess if he came back, but he's not coming back because he fucking got a love affair with Tony Khan. He fucking loves Tony Khan. It's wild. He came out and said something to the effect of like AEW's the good guys. Like, none of them are the fucking good guys. I get they're all probably.
Is Brie like still tied in with WWE a lot?
No, I mean the Bella Twin thing is weird because they didn't renew the contracts. They then asked for the rights to their names. I believe the Bella Twin name, and WWE was like, "Nah, we're good, man." And so they kind of tried to shit on WWE because I think their intention was to take the Bella name and jump to AEW, and WWE was like, "We're not stupid. We're not going to let you do that." And so then, now that AEW's kind of simmered down, and I think they've seen like Saraya and some of these people not find major success, Nikki is rumored to be training for a comeback. I think I read that Brie's not so confident that she'd be welcomed back in because of her situation with Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
I think they'd welcome her back in.
Would it be okay to have one and not the other?
One what?
Like just 100%.
Nikki? Nikki's the one you want. If I mean, I don't mean that in a fucked up way, but like if you're picking one of the two Bella Twins, Nikki is the one I think that holds like more of the prestige when it comes to the Bella Twins.
Yeah,
I believe that.
All right. I think it's a good question. I'd like to know who changed their name, like when they left, and then wanted to keep it when they came back.
Interesting. Yes. Anybody who knows that, let us know. I'm
know.
trying to just go off the top of my head.
Hey, let's just make a note that I won 10 questions tonight, unprepared. You doubted me.
I have to give you the belt. I got to get the belt. I got to dust the belt back out, update the graphics. It's back here.
Okay. I was like,
I know where it is. But update the graphics and I'll give you the belt. You hold the belt now for the Casual Wrestling Podcast. Although it may say Casual Wrestling Podcast, we've circled all the way back around to this that it may still say that.
That's funny.
That's a wrap for today, guys. Like, subscribe, and share this episode. New merch is available at casualwrestling.com. Make sure to grab yourself a t-shirt. I am the Notorious Dirty D. This was the Casual Wrestling Podcast. I was going to say CWCD, but it's not that. That is a different show now. This was the Casual Wrestling Podcast. Lauren, stay loud, stay loyal, stay casual. Ring the final bell.